BassResinator here. I have a very cool thing. I have been hearing Claire and other people talk about Buon Nicole molds. And so I bought one. And then in the process of me buying one, it said sign up to be an ambassador for Buon Nicole. So I did, and I am an ambassador now. But this mold I purchased before being an ambassador, so I'm not making a video per se for Buon Nicole, but I am because I want you to see something really cool. This is part of a collaboration for Easter and spring with Crafty YouTubers United. I think that's the way we're called. International Crafty YouTubers United, something like that. Anyway, I have two molds. Actually, this is one mold, even though it looks like two. This is the Buon Nicole mold, and this is one I got from Temu. Very similar style. It's a jar with little bunny ears as the lid. Bunny ears, slightly different formation, but this mold is so much more solid than that. These are very flimsy. These are like super solid. And the Buon Nicole one comes with a framework to keep it from losing its shape. How cool is that? And you got these, it even comes with little clips to put on the sides. Now it doesn't come with that for the lid because the lid is shouldn't have the same problem as the jar part of it or the pot part. So that's not going anywhere. This you can sort of see is it's just out of shape, but it produced a really good piece that I did with Magic Pour, which is a eco resin type of thing. In the area where I live, South Texas, where I don't know the percentage, but white people are a definite minority here. It's predominantly Hispanic. And part of the Hispanic culture at Easter time is having something called Cascarones. And already I have seen little shops on corners that have opened up and the people are selling Cascarones. And it's just people sitting out there with egg cartons with like 24 eggs, shells. There's no eggs. The eggs have already been eaten. If I could show you the process, it's kind of cool. You puncture a little hole, like a pinhole on one side, and you crack the other, and about the size of a nickel, if you guys know what that is. People across the pond have no clue what a nickel is. A very small coin. And you pop that open, and then you blow through that little pinhole, and it shoots the egg contents out. Then you rinse it out, wash it, dry it, and then you let them sit around. Some people, after this season of Easter, will already start saving eggs for next year. And eggshells, sorry. And they will color them. Some people go really ornate, which is a shame because of what's going to happen to them. Most people just color them a little bit, stick them in some food dye with some vinegar, and it sticks on there and it doesn't go anywhere. And then you fill them with confetti, and then you put a little bit of tissue paper over the top so the confetti doesn't fall out. And then on Easter, you go around smashing them on each other's head. Now, you're supposed to be kind when you smash them, but there are some people who go way overboard and, yeah, not good. But little kids, they love doing that to their parents. My granddaughter is going to love getting me, I know. But anyway, it's a fun tradition, and but it's anywhere in Mexico and along the border area, you're going to have cascarones, and people start getting crazy with them. But the people that go real ornate design, why would you want to crack that and break that? You go to all that work to make that fancy egg, and then there's nothing left of it. So I'm going to make cascarones with resin. I did contact Boo and Nicole to find out if, because most of the time these are used with Jesmonite or an eco resin, plaster of Paris, that type of stuff. They're not shiny molds, and that's okay. But I asked, will they do okay with resin? They said, sure, not a problem. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to use deep pour just because I want these to be crystal clear. This part. The lids, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to use some of this Brie Reese shimmering alcohol ink, and I'm going to shake it all up. I'm going to have a rose color and a denim, which is a pale blue. And so one lid will have blue and one will be rose color. These will be clear because when it all is said and done, these lids are going to be fastened down permanently. I'm going to have like a snow globe, and I'm going to have, I'm not going to have confetti, but I'm going to have glitters and different little things of that sort in there. And then I'm going to seal it. And then you can, do not smack this on somebody's head. You'll kill them. Anyway, these are going to be permanent cascarones for decoration only. Do not smash them on anybody's head. But I think they really look cool, these little containers with these ears. Now, these ears are going straight up. These are going out a little bit more. So slightly different design, but similar concept. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix up my deep pour, and I'm going to put the colored resins in here and then the clear in these. And I'm not sure exactly how much those are going to hold these. So if I end up having extra, then I will put them in something else. So not a big deal there, but just sit back while you, you don't have to do anything. You're just sort of sitting there anyway. I'll be back shortly with all the resin mixed up. Okay, resin is mixed up. I've got the clear stuff sitting over there because I mixed it last. So I'm letting it degas so I don't make a mess. I'm going to go pink or the rose color. Boy, that is pretty, huh? When you mix up metallic alcohol ink or shimmering alcohol ink, goodness, there's dog hair right there. It really gets a new quality that is really pretty. Well, this is not going to hold anywhere near what I got ready. Now, as always, on these that have this little lip on the lid, got to go around with something to make sure there's no air bubble. Well, that is just a hint of pink. It's not anywhere near as dark as it looks in the mixing cup. Decided I would go ahead and top off as much as I can to try and have a get it to where I can dome it without spilling over the edge. As resin cures, it will shrink, and so I don't want it to shrink out of that bottom of that top set of ears. Okay, moving that out of the way. Now
we'll get the other set of ears done in blue. Now this is a bigger mold. It's going to hold more, so I'm not going to have as much left over. But these colors with that shimmering alcohol ink, they're just, I don't know, man. It's when you put shimmering alcohol ink on top of resin, like you're gonna do a 3D bloom or something. It dances around and does all kinds of cool stuff, but then the shimmer sinks because it's heavy. But if you mix it into the resin, it leaves this iridescence unlike anything else, and really pretty. Both of the pink and this blue. I didn't realize this. I came across this concept by accident. I hadn't seen anybody do it. Since I came across it by accident and doing my own thing, then all of a sudden I'm hearing a couple other people talk about it. So I don't know if it's been around for a while or not, but the metallic alcohol inks float. That metal just floats on the top, and it doesn't have any well, I'm not going to say it doesn't have any benefit, but it doesn't have as an appealing quality as when you mix it into the resin. Man, it takes on a new thing altogether. Because I had the set of metallic alcohol inks from Let's Resin, and I thought, I'm never going to use these things. But then once I found out what happens when you mix it into the resin instead of just dropping it on the top, man, that was a game changer for me. Okay, just making sure everything is sitting still and not moving. Notice the difference of color down in that pink. In the deeper areas, you can see that it's darker, but when you see it in just a shallow area, it's a very pale pink. Same thing with the blue in the middle, where you get the deep ears. It's a darker blue. Okay, going to the clear. I'm not sure exactly how much this mold holds. Well, either one of them. But with this one, there are some little shapes down in the bottom that I want to make sure. I dribbled a little bit on the edge. Just about knocked that blue over. I want to make sure I'm going to squeeze around the bottom to make sure there's no bubbles hanging out. Even though I put these through the, even though these are deep pour resin and they are gonna release bubbles, I want to make sure that nothing is hanging out down there where it doesn't need to be. Okay, hopefully I have enough resin in this cup. And I don't think I do. Nope. I need about another 3/4 of an ounce to fill that up. The other mold, I'm not sure how much it holds, so let's try it out, and if I have any left over, then I'll put it into the top mold, or the mold that's above it in the video. And this is a brand new mold. I have no idea how much it holds. Well, this actually holds right at 5 ounces. So, I don't have any left over. I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more so that I can put in that top mold to finish it off. Just wiggling that Buon Nicole mold to make sure that if there are any bubbles in there that they release. And when I bumped the table, I started to spill that blue, and I don't want to have it eking out over the edge while it's curing. Trying to scoop it back in there. Having a modicum of success, but it's not perfect. But it doesn't have to be. This mold is going to be, with that hat, is going to be sitting down right on top of the container. So, hat, the ears. Okay, well, I'll let these cure up, and I'll see you soon. These are all cured up. I did have an extra. Had enough of that pink to make a little container. I have a little bit of that. It had sparkling alcohol ink, but it also had a little bit of glitter in there. Holographic type glitter, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's start with the ears, or the toppers. Just need to get a toe hold, or a finger hold, or a thumb hold, or whatever, some type of hold, so I can get it off. Grabbing my get that part down. Stay there. Finger, glove finger. Come on now. Get it started. Once it gets started, it'll come out pretty easily. I was really worried when I did this with the echo resin. I thought, oh no, I'm going to break the ear. It came right out. So I was anticipating this to come right out just like that one, but no. Come on now. There we go. Get it over one ear. It's not an ear lobe. One ear. The lobe would be down lower. Wow, that's a... Look at that. Pretty color. No bubblies. No Michael. Michael Bublé. No bubblies. That has just got a beautiful shimmer. Now I'm going to put some of these into the pot, as well as this glitter. And I got some of these white pearl type of thingies. I don't want too many pearls. I want mostly the glitter. But yeah, let's just go with this one. We'll do the whole kit and caboodle on the one. You over there. Two bubbles there. What is that? Why is that? Should have released off the side. Sometimes, though. And there we have it. Put this mold back inside like it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's cool. And then I'll just put some UV resin around the edge, set that on and cure it after I put some of the... Oh, this is so much easier. Thank you, Boo and Nicole. Yeah, cool. This is more of a matte finish, but that doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Now, with it being matte, I don't know if we're going to be able to see the glitter and stuff inside, so I may have to polish it. I wouldn't have to do the ears. Now, if I were doing this with eco resin, this would be really, really cool. But that is a nice shaped egg. Okay, let's put a couple of these dudes in there. You know, I'm thinking since it's matte on the inside as well as on the outside, I think I'm going to have to go put something in here. Okay, get all of these things out of the way. What I'm going to try and do, at least on the inside, because that won't show up very well at all, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double glove. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to use some UV resin. I'm just going to... This is just for the inside. The outside I can polish. Okay. Get that extra glove off, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I put in some of those pearls into this one, and then some of that glitter. What I want to do first, before I see getting Johnson's baby oil, well, that is definitely pretty. I wish you could see what I'm seeing. I'll show you in just a bit. I have another bottle of this because that just ran out. This is a very thick type of a liquid, which makes the stuff on the inside settle so much slower, and it's so much more satisfying when you're watching them. You shake it and some stuff will fall real fast and then other stuff will fall slower. And I don't want to fill that all the way to the top because I might end up getting some of that oil around the lid area. Oh, don't know where that little guy came from. Oh, how did I miss that? Everything I'm using, I will have in the description below the video. Now, with this matte finish on the outside, I can see color through it now that I made it clear on the inside. I'm pretty sure these had serious static. When I put them into the other jar, that's why I put the oil in first. And there some of them go. These are all little butterfly shapes. I thought they're colorful and they're spring. Okay, get down in there. Now, I have this UV resin for bonding. Go with this one first. And I want to have a good seal. Don't want any of that oil leaking out. Put that back over there. Let me get my other UV lamp, my Let's Resin one. And then I will do the same thing with the other one. Now this UV resin for curing for bonding cures really fast. Yeah. He's cured. I'm just going to keep doing this until the time runs out, and I'll start. Well, can't do it that way. I will go around the inside edge on this one with the UV resin. Okay, let's just say you are done. Well, I will put both of them under the lamp again. I do not want to have mishaps. Mishaps. That is, no, get myself in trouble. I was going to kind of come up with a pun type of thing. Miss Haps. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Haps. I should have just left it and not said anything, right? I know, I hear you. Okay, that should have that pretty good. But let me get this other lamp again, and then I'll be able to show you what I'm doing. Dog hair. Another one. I put him outside so he would stop shedding. And if you know anything about corgis, if you are planning on getting a dog and you don't want dog hair, don't get a corgi. Corgi owners call it corgi fluff. They love us so much. Yes. Yes, we have no bananas. Bum, bum. So this one is a shiny mold, and this one is a matte mold. But my thing that I want to see is how well we can see the glitter in this one through that matte. I definitely like the Buon Nicole mold. Oh my goodness, didn't take any time at all to unmold. I'm just going to keep turning them. Well, okay. I was going to say I'm going to keep turning them until it gets to the full 2 minutes. And then the 2 minutes came up. Okay, now. Cascarones. Pero este tipo no pegas a alguien más con esto. Now, can we see this one? Oh, yeah. I don't need to polish that. Look at that. That's cool. Yes, but do not use these as a regular cascaron and beat somebody over the head with it trying to crack it open, because first off, if it does crack open, it's going to be a horrible mess. Second off, you'll probably crack their head open, and that would not be good. Okay, now I've got, that looks like oil. Which one did it come out of? Oh, I think it came out of this one right there. Look at that. If I did polish it. Okay, let me finish cleaning this up and seal that again, and then I will have some stills for you at the end. Thank you so much, sponsors, subscribers. I appreciate you for hanging with me through thick and thin. I appreciate all of your support, kind words, and even when you have unkind words, I appreciate that. I need to learn to grow my art, and those of you that leave critiques, I appreciate those as well. If you are not a subscriber, please consider doing so. And if you subscribe, click also that little bell icon, and then anytime I do something new, you will be notified. So, I think I'm going to polish the outside of this because that does look really cool. I didn't need to, but I will. Stick around for the stills at the end. Remember, this is a collaboration. Crafty YouTubers United International. And this is the Easter collaboration. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. We'll see you for the next one.